The power died 16 days ago. Your fridge is a coffin of spoiled milk and something green that used to be lettuce. The grocery store 3 blocks down has a broken window, empty shelves, and a handwritten sign that says, "Don't come back." Your stomach is folding in on itself. The kid in the next room hasn't asked for dinner in 2 days because he's learned not to. And you're standing in front of your pantry with a flashlight, staring at the dusty cans you bought just in case, realizing you have no idea which of these actually keep a human alive. Here's the part they don't put on the prepper blogs. Calories don't save you in a long collapse. Most of the freeze-dried buckets people brag about online are engineered to keep you alive, not keep you functioning. There's a difference. One puts a body in a chair. The other keeps a person standing, thinking, defending, working. And 9 specific cans, stacked right, can buy you both. Stick with me, because the 9th one on this list is the can almost nobody stockpiles. And it's the one that quietly decides whether you thrive or rot from the inside out. We'll get there. Let's talk about the enemy first. Hunger isn't a growl. Hunger is a silent thief. It steals your focus before it steals your strength. By day 4 of low calories, your decision-making drops off a cliff. Studies on the Minnesota starvation experiment back in 1945 showed men losing 25% of their body weight turned obsessive, apathetic, cold. They weren't starving to death, they were starving to stupid. In a collapse scenario, stupid gets you killed faster than any bullet. So we're not stocking food, we're stocking fuel, morale, and medicine in a tin shell. 9 cans. Let's go. Number 1, the pink brick, canned pork shoulder. Yes, spam. Laugh all you want, but one 12-ounce can pack about 1,080 calories, 42 grams of protein, and enough sodium to keep you on your feet when you've been sweating through a summer without air conditioning. That salt isn't a bug, it's a feature. Your body bleeds electrolytes in a crisis. Spam replaces them in one greasy pink slab. Pro tip, slice it thin, sear it in its own fat, and suddenly you've got breakfast that tastes like a diner in 1972 instead of a punishment. Number 2, tin torpedoes. Sardines packed in olive oil. Here's the kicker nobody talks about. Sardines are one of the only shelf-stable foods on Earth that give you omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, calcium, and B12 in the same bite. In a grid-down world with no sunlight exposure because you're barricaded indoors, vitamin D deficiency tanks your immune system in about 6 to 8 weeks. 1 can every other day. That's the math. And the oil they're packed in? Don't pour it out. That oil is lamp fuel, cooking fat, and lip balm in a pinch. Nothing gets wasted. Number 3, the fiber fortress, canned beans. Black, pinto, kidney, I don't care. Pick 3, rotate them. 1 can gives you about 15 grams of protein, 15 grams of fiber, and the kind of slow-burn energy that keeps you digging, hauling, or running when you need to. Here's what most preppers screw up though. They store dry beans and forget that dry beans need 45 minutes of boiling water and fuel you might not have. Canned beans are already cooked. Open, eat, live. Your future hungry self will thank your present paranoid self. Number 4, red gold. Canned tomatoes. Crushed, diced, paste, doesn't matter. This is your flavor engine. After about 2 weeks of bland survival food, the human brain rebels. I've watched grown men refuse to eat rice and beans on day 10 of a camping trip, and that was voluntary. In a real crisis, bland food leads to calorie refusal, which leads to weakness, which leads to death. Tomatoes are loaded with lycopene, vitamin C, and enough acid to turn cardboard protein into something that tastes like dinner. 1 can stretches a spam and beans night into actual chili. Morale weapon disguised as a vegetable. Number 5, syrup morale. Canned peaches, pears, pineapple, fruit cocktail if you're feeling retro. This is not a luxury. This is psychological ammunition. The sugar hits your bloodstream like a standing ovation. Kids who've been eating beans and broth for a week will cry when you open a can of peaches. In a good way. That sugar also matters medically. Low blood sugar during stress causes tremors, confusion, blackouts. A spoon of syrup can bring someone back from the edge faster than anything in your first aid kit. Halfway through. If you're still here, you're already smarter than 90% of people who think a pallet of ramen is a prepping strategy. Hit that subscribe button because the next channel algorithm glitch could be the difference between you seeing the follow-up video on rotation schedules or you're eating decade-old cans. Cannibal fan recreation of something. You probably shouldn't. And drop a like, not for me, for the next person the algorithm shows this to who might actually need it. Number 6. The white lie. Evaporated milk. Not condensed, there's a difference. Evaporated milk is shelf-stable, unsweetened, and reconstitutes into actual drinkable milk when you add water. Why does this matter? Calcium, fat, protein, coffee that doesn't taste like regret. And if you have a baby or a toddler in your circle and the formula runs out, evaporated milk mixed with water and a tiny amount of sugar has been a documented emergency substitute for decades. Not ideal, not permanent, but it's the difference between panic and a plan. Remember this can. It matters for reason 9. Number 7. The one-can army. Canned beef stew, chicken and dumplings, chili with meat. The complete meal can. I know, the stuff tastes like it was cooked inside the factory it was canned in. Doesn't matter. When you've been awake for 30 hours because somebody was trying the back door at 2 a.m., the last thing you have the brain cells for is a recipe. Open lid, heat can in hot water, eat. One of these in every bug-out bag, non-negotiable. Number 8, yellow gold. Canned butter or canned cheese. This is where preppers start to look at me funny. Yes, it exists. Red Feather and Bega make shelf-stable versions that last years. Fat is the most calorie-dense macronutrient on Earth, 9 calories per gram, more than double what protein or carbs give you. In cold weather, in hard labor, in long hunger, fat is what keeps the furnace lit. And frankly, a biscuit with real butter on day 40 of a blackout is the closest thing to a religious experience you'll ever have now. Number 9, the one almost nobody stocks, canned sauerkraut, or canned kimchi if you can find it. I'm not kidding. Here's the thing they don't teach you. In a long-term SHTF, the most dangerous thing in your body isn't hunger, it's your gut falling apart. Without fresh food, without fiber, without probiotics, your digestive system collapses inside of 3 weeks. Constipation, infection, nutrient malabsorption, mood crash. Soldiers in both world wars were rationed sauerkraut specifically to prevent scurvy and dysentery. It's a medicine dressed up as a side dish. 1 forkful a day keeps your gut alive when everything else in your world is dying. Cheap, boring, bulletproof. Stack it. Now here's why all of this actually works, because I don't want you walking away thinking this is just a shopping list. A human body in crisis needs 4 things. Fuel, which is calories and fat. Repair, which is protein. Regulation, which is vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, and probiotics. And morale, which is taste, sweetness, and something that reminds you you're still a person. Almost every prepper plan covers fuel and forgets the other 3. That's why people who prepped still fall apart at week 3. Their bodies are technically fed but biologically bankrupt. These 9 cans cover all 4 pillars at once. That's the whole trick. Quick question for you, because I'm curious, what's the one sitting in your pantry right now that you know deep down you'd actually refuse to eat in a real emergency? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear what the weird Aunt Carol gift basket can is in your house, because I guarantee somebody reading this is about to laugh and realize they have the same one rule before I let you go. Rotate. A can of food is only as good as its expiration date, plus about 2 years of honest storage. Eat what you stock. Stock what you eat. A stack of cans bought in a panic and forgotten in a basement is a museum, not a survival plan. The prepared don't hoard. They circulate. Or, as my grandfather used to put it, the food you never touch is the food that won't be there when you reach for it. So picture it again. 16 days of no power, cold house, kid in the next room. But now you're in the pantry and you know exactly what to pull. The pink brick, the tin torpedoes, a can of peaches for the boy so he remembers what joy tastes like. A spoon of sauerkraut for you because you plan to be standing next week too. Tired, dirty, sharper than the neighbors, alive on purpose. If this helped you think clearer than the last prepping video you watched, hit subscribe. I'm dropping the companion videos soon on the 5 canned foods you should never stockpile, and trust me, 2 of them are in your pantry right now.